Can I say
Very good.
something?
Tap the screen. Tap, tap, tap. Tap the screen, folks. Please
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, do you guys realize that we're going to be able to tell our grandchildren and, God willing, our great grandchildren that we played a part in the Great Awakening? That's what drives me.
You better be able to tell your kids you played a part. That's just
And
as important.
yes, may I add a little bit of thing?
Yeah,
If you
100%,
add
man.
up
Yeah.
love, if you talk about love, if you gulp love, if you live in it, believe me, your consciousness start to change. Yourself will change. You start to see things differently. And that is evidence enough. That is that is the only evidence I know. Because God for me is the wonder of this world, the reality itself. Right? When you associate love, it automatically makes you very, very, very close to reality, right? And when you adopt love and when you talk about it and when you preach about it, when you read about it, it changes you. You will see the change for yourself. And it's not said by anyone, it's your own experience. Your own experience will make you awake to love. We are awakening to love itself. And that force of love will change everything. No religion, nobody can challenge that, and nobody will challenge that because that consciousness change is coming, and it's very near.
Love is what I came to after my long search for truth. It just rounded right back up to love.
Yeah, same here.
Da Vinci, you brought up a very good point. We know how we talk about ourselves, and a positive and negative effect has a direct impact on our physical selves, as well as our mental state, our self-confidence, our self-esteem, and whatnot. But what does the church teach us? It teaches us that we are sinners, that we are unclean, that we are unworthy. Right from the get-go, it's chopping away at our ability to love ourselves. And that I find to be very offensive,
Let's bring it back to love, though. I just wanted to come in on the love message because it's not about pointing out the faults or the judgments of our past traumas. I think a lot of us have had past traumas, but with religion. But it's not about that. We've discovered the truth, right? So we can forgive that. We can forgive our past traumas. We can forgive those who projected their egoical fears on us, because that was just another form of us. And
Had to break the cycle.
now that we know that we are love itself, we can be that and we can identify with that, and it spreads like wildfire. Love is just love, and the more we identify with it and be it, that's when we change the world, y'all.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, and two, I think one of the key aspects is identity, right? Like, you know, like I said, like a lot of these, religious paradigms of thinking, like it's all about now go out and try not to do this, and if you do, just run back to confession. But it becomes so much easier. In fact, you no longer have to try once you fully understand what it is that you embody or that you identify as. And it's kind of like this thought came into my head when I can't remember who was speaking, but like if I were coaching a basketball team and I said, "All right, guys, all of y'all suck, but let's go out and win this game," you would never do that. But yet, that's what we've done. That's what we've been conditioned to do to ourselves because we've been told that these men that came before us were divinely inspired by God. Not that there weren't divine inspirations associated with all of the sacred texts. I'm a very open-minded person. In fact, I think that's a sign of intellectual honesty, is that we all remain open and we all read all of these texts and embrace all of these messages, and we understand it through the merit and through the experiences of love through the understanding of those texts. And where it doesn't serve humanity, we can discard it, because again, we are the creators of this reality, and that's where freedom plays such a huge role, is that until you realize that you're free, it's easy to be conditioned to be a slave. And so
Yeah, and the forgiveness, though, gives freedom. So, like when we forgive all of that we hold on to, all this past pain and this guilt that we project onto ourselves, and these guilt that we push to the world, and this condemnation of the world that we've all experienced, that we've all felt at one point in our lives. We forgive all of that, and that's when love can really shine.
100%.